Soulcalibur III. Welcome to the new stage of history.
Okay, so I did look it up online, and weirdly, the internet has very little to say about how to unlock like specific things in this game, at least as far as like specifically custom character slot 6. I only managed to find one source of information on that, and according to that one source of information, it was possible in Chronicle 9, and I just failed. And the next opportunity isn't until Chronicle 13, which is a long time to wait before adding the character that I've been most looking forward to adding. So what I did, because again, there isn't an option to replay a Chronicle, except to beat the entire story and then replay until you get back to that Chronicle. So what I had to do was start a secondary file from scratch, get all the way back to Chronicle 9 again, and do the required thing. After which I did get some new stuff, new face, new custom character stuff, apparently, and the added character slot available in the shop. And what I had to do, like according to this source online, all I had to do was not even a specific one, and just complete bonus objectives, which the game doesn't tell you what those are until after you've completed a Chronicle, so like that's not very good timing. But also, all I had to do, it turned out, in fact, was get that last fortress. There's nothing else that I did the second time around that was different, apart from just I was aware of and got that last fortress. So not only was I apparently correct in being obsessive compulsive about getting every single fortress, even the unoccupied ones, just because, but now in addition to that, I can throw paranoia into the mix, because apparently I was not obsessive compulsive enough. Because yeah, I made the decision to go after every base, but that wasn't good enough because I missed one. Because I didn't notice that the marker for it was green on a map of mostly green. So now, not only, ladies and gentlemen, am I going to be obsessively going after every fortress, but I'm also going to be panicking at the end of every Chronicle. Thinking like, did I get it? Is that all of them? Is that all of them? You have to submit. Is that all of them? That is going to be my experience now. But if it takes too long, I can just fast forward through those sections. But yeah, that apparently is what I have to do. And now, after having done all of that, now I can finally get my 6th character. Yeah, I thought about it, I weighed things out, I decided this is how I want to do it. I don't want to have to go too much longer before adding another character, and I also don't want to delete any of the characters I've already made. Because, you know, I don't mind benching characters if need be, but once they've got some experience, it's like a step back so I can make that character again, but from scratch. Because, once again, there's no option to replay Chronicles to get more XP. You just have to make the most out of every Chronicle that you can. Like, look at this. Weirdly, it's like secondary file that I did, that's the most recent save. Main character is level 21. That's less than Baruda, but also got through things faster. And that's probably that additional leveling is likely because I had to replay Chronicles more. because I failed and therefore had more chance to get XP. It's like how this game works. But I also don't want to fail Chronicles on purpose just for the sake of XP. You know? Anyways, yeah, let's move on. Chronicle 10, The Value of Life. War God. He had heard someone call him once. Oh. Despite taking losses, Baruda still achieved victory after victory, and advanced on... Untied? Is that a location? Oh, the capital of Melita. Yes, it's a location. Yeah. In order to focus on defending their own country, Dalkia annulled their alliance with Melita. Oh, no more enemies joining forces then. Yeah. That might be good for me. Nevertheless, the capital of Melita projected a fearsome presence. One could keenly feel the darkness of its violent past, and now the Emperor ordered the Grandal forces to advance yet again. One single soldier, with sword held high and eyes determined, charged ahead of the ranks as he shouted his order. War God, he had heard someone call him once. Mooncalf, where are you? Ugh. What if it isn't Hyle? Oh, I've been meaning to tell you. Someone tried to assassinate King Demeth. I made sure to scald them a bit. My heart goes unfulfilled. Is fate this twisted, this determines to end the melodies of life? I'm sorry. I couldn't be with you, Luna. I was too late. Something wrong? No? They're here! It's Grandal! Is that woman was she tricked? Suppose it's none of our business. So, Molly has finally come. King Demeth. Listen up, men. We're going to end this here. Move out. Go. Alright, yeah, we still got 5 characters. Okay, so I'll have to bench someone, and it makes sense to me, at least right now, for it to be Ian. Because I'm not doing good with Assassin Dagger. He did just unlock Wave Sword, but Wave Sword, I believe, is also the fighting style that the Assassin job class starts with. So I'll be checking that style out anyways. And Neptud's been doing surprisingly well with the fighting style I'm not familiar with, so I want to explore that further. See if I can get good with it. So yeah, this new character I'm making, I'm probably gonna suck at first with them until I get to the point that they can use kunai. At which point, theoretically, it'll functionally be like having a second Talia. But also at that point I might change up Talia's fighting style, depending, because it turns out this is not something that I knew until this playthrough. But apparently leveling up your characters in Chronicles of the Sword is not the only way to unlock fighting styles for them. Apparently you can also do it just from just playing as that job class enough times. Because I had unlocked the second fighting style for Ninja in a completely different mode, in like Soul Arena, I think it was. And then this second playthrough of Chronicles that I did, getting, you know, back to Chronicle 9 again, I was playing as, like, just ninjas. And so got all the fighting styles for ninja class. So I'm gonna consider changing Talia's fighting style to tacky, but not until I get the kunai for assassin. Still don't have a new... Oh, actually. Yeah, I had been using these on the other playthrough, but haven't used them here yet. So these will be new for you guys. Increased defense and range. So that'd be good. And I did eventually figure out how to actually find out what those symbols mean. At least like the ones that I wasn't already... that like weren't already obvious to me. Apparently that one where you're balancing a sparkly sword on your knee has to do with guard impact. The clock, I think, means that you have more like a larger window for performing a guard impact. Which doesn't matter to me because I'm not that skilled. But yeah, when you're in the shop and looking at items, it's a thing you can do. If you're patient enough, because the instructions kind of cycle, so you have to wait for them to show up. And you have to be in the menu where actually looking at what the item looks like instead of just looking at the larger menu. I clicked the wrong thing. There we go. Yeah, putting you in. Mim, of course. Nebtut. I'll find out what the secondary fighting style is as well. And yes, I did get some new stuff. I also bought some things in the shop because I ended up with quite a lot of money. So let's like update these 4 characters first. I guess I can update Ian as well, I might as well. And then I'll get into making the new character. So yes, there's a new face. A few new faces. I thought I had oh my goodness. I thought I had un-nude a lot of these. What's the difference between that and 4? Oh, 4 is just more smiley. Okay. Okay. Alright. Oh yeah, the new bunch of I had to bought a bunch of hats and stuff. Ninjas. Yeah, none of these are for him, particularly. I could see him wearing a horned helmet. Just not right now. If it were Soulcalibur IV, then the clothing would have stats as well. I'd give him more if that were the case, but I think that was the only game to do that in the series. I think I missed that, but also appreciate, you know, having more aesthetic freedom a lot of the time. But I guess I appreciate the most what Street Fighter VI does, and a few other games where they've got separate categories for what you're wearing aesthetically and what you're wearing for stats. So like you can have the stats of one setup, but the appearance of another. So if I were to pick one, that would be my favorite. Because I do like being able to pick what like gives me the best stats and see what that looks like, and only make necessary changes from there. Dragon Tunic. Can't see with the armor on. Check that out on Ian. Ooh. Rubber armor? Is that any good? I bought the fur vest. I'm assuming it's fake fur? Otherwise, no, of course I wouldn't buy it. Okay. Don't see anything there worth replacing that armor. Do I want extra fur? That's a good question. No, I think the extra bit of armor on the back of his hand makes more sense to me, visually. Warlord shoulders. Ooh. I think that's best. I mean, what I really wanted most was the Viking shoulders, but it's changing his personality too much. Like, even that is just barely in the positive. Kind of tricky. Which reminds me, I might be able to move things over a bit more. Depending on what I've got that's new. Ooh. Anything up here? Large belt. Yeah, no. Even more of a covering. Leather, like, honestly, that's probably more what he would wear. I've just kind of gotten used to the animal pelts, but no, I think that is better. No. Warlord's Greaves. Not really into the pointy, like, upward pointed boots for him. Yeah. It's a bit of a clippy mess. Alright, I think that'll do it for now. Color. Yeah. The grays. Okay. Red, I believe. Probably more muted, but not like too muted. Yeah, fortunately I don't get a lot of option there. Is it better to go more orange? Oh yeah, I think so. Okay. Alright. Okay, I think so. Okay. While we're on the men's, I'll look at Ian. Dragon tunic? What does that do? Gets rid of the sleeves. I don't think so. That looks cool. Face. Okay. I don't think there's anything to update them. Okay, now look at Talia. Hood, nice. In fact, I actually might prefer that for her. Does that come with a cape? Yes. I'll see what else there is. That is certainly a possibility. Ah. Yes. Well, as animal themes go, it's a little bit too on the nose. On the snout. Stealth. Alright, we got here off the shoulder. Yeah. Oh, Bandit's Robe, maybe. So it's putting her in the passionate personality I think I want her more cold. Yeah, what's the difference between the fur gauntlets and fur braces? I don't... Just different personalities? It's legitimately the only difference I can see. Is that it's positioning the personality markers differently. It's the only difference I see. I think I prefer the fur there. Ooh, comes the knife. Okay. Well, I said I was considering something here. Yeah, if I do that... Plus... What else was I looking at? Oh yeah, that. Okay. It is more subdued, though. I'm not necessarily sure I want that. Let's the shoulders again. I'm running through some possibilities in my head. Yeah, I think the claw would do it. And then what have we got here? So it's making her legs feel a bit bare. Okay. Let's see what we can do with this color-wise.
I can stay the corner of those. Torso. That's all good. Sure. Ooh. I like that coloration. Okay.
It's quite different, but maybe closer to how she's supposed to look. Because she does by default hide her face more. Again, I very much doubt that I'm gonna find exactly the kind of mask that I envision for her. Don't think anything like that existed in this game. But this is just a challenge of seeing how close I can get to the corrected vibe. Yeah, that's very ghostly. I think I like it, but we'll see how it looks in combat.